After Captain America accidentally got his girlfriend pregnant before going to war in 1945, Captain ended up being frozen for several years, and the government went after the girl to tell her that they would take care of the baby by giving him to a loving family, but only for them to actually be lying and end up using the baby for a new Captain America project, letting him grow in a military base and training him aggressively to be a tactical genius and athlete since he was a child. A few years then passed, and after the boy had already surpassed his father in all aspects at 14 years old, even though he also seemed to be kind, as soon as he turns 17, he quickly reveals his evil plan and simply kills without mercy all the doctors and military personnel of his base, totaling approximately 240 bodies in the end, and finishing his massacre by tearing off the skin of his own face to get rid of the genetic image that his father gave him, now officially becoming the Red Skull. However, after Captain America is eventually unfrozen and he goes on a mission with Hawkeye, suddenly Red Skull appears to them and in the same second brutally beats Cap, whispering a secret in his ear and right after throwing Steve out of the helicopter. And even though Hawkeye manages to save Captain America, Steve was already completely shaken, saying that Red Skull said he was his son, which Hawkeye immediately states that could only be a lie. However, since Cap really believed that information for some reason, Steve decides to kick Hawkeye in the face and quickly jumps from their helicopter right after invading a government base and thus confirming that Red Skull really was in fact his son, a secret that both S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers were keeping from him at all costs. And now with Steve knowing the truth, S.H.I.E.L.D. quickly tracks him down and ends up managing to take Cap into custody. Meanwhile, the Avengers go to an AIM facility looking for Red Skull, and after they pass through a pile of dead bodies, suddenly Red Skull reveals himself to them laughing, showing that he had managed to steal the Tesseract and soon starts using it to humiliate all the Avengers. However, that's when suddenly Captain America himself appears flying in a jet, revealing that he had managed to escape S.H.I.E.L.D.'s custody, and Red Skull is forced to turn his attention to him, throwing his father away with the Tesseract and even mocking him a bit for the failed attack, but only until Cap manages to get Red Skull's exact coordinates with the help of Hawkeye and programs his jet to crash directly into his son. A little later, it is revealed that Red Skull was taken to a hospital, and even though he makes a pitiful face, saying to Nick Fury that he only wanted to use the Tesseract to change reality and make him grow up happy with his parents, Nick Fury answers that happy endings were things from Chinese massage houses and orders his agent to shoot that psychopath in the head.